Hello, welcome to a conversation with Krave. I'm Katrina. Hope all is well. Tonight we're discussing Crave in general, book one. Your relationship, is it punishment or partnership? So that's a good one. You see the book? Wait, let me move over so you can get that cover going. Uh, Amazon and purchase the book. Do that for yourself. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoyed the last live we did with the guests. Mm, mm, mhm. Anyway, so when it comes to relationships and crave, it's like you step into different types of relationships. And what you need to know is that when you're in a relationship with someone, where do you stand? Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself growing as a couple, or do you see yourself being hurt? If that makes sense, because a lot of times, this is my Janet Jackson hair. Anyway, so a lot of times we're in relationships, but don't understand where we stand in a relationship. So we're gonna go through some of these notes that I wrote, but I'm on the wrong page. So give me a minute. So here we go. Give me a minute. Don't judge me. All right. Misha, what is going on, Misha? So when I say punishment or partnership, in a relationship, we have this thing where as though it's one-sided. We don't want it one-sided. We want love. We want us to love on each other and be in love with each other and be there for each other. When I say punishment or partnership, it's more like what I was talking about having a dependent or partner. It's kind of the same thing. To me, it's when somebody don't love you. They're just there to take and take and take in a relationship. But we don't want that. We want to have a good relationship. We want to have someone to have fun with, go on trips with, have conversations with. That's the number one thing with relationships too. I think you should be able to talk. My husband and I, we talk all the time. That's like our big thing. We talk. I mean, all the time. Walk the track. We talk. I mean, like restaurants. Talk. 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 Sometimes I fall asleep on him, but then I'll wake right back up and start talking again. He'll tell you. Um, when someone takes some of all the good things out of you, like some relationships you'll be in, and you'll see yourself starting to change. This person is taking from you. You're no longer that happy person no more. Why? Because you're changing. It shouldn't be that way. So, how many of us are in a relationship where, as though we're changing, this person is kind of like stealing our energy? It's like draining, right? So, it goes to like, if we're dating and you're the happy person, got the sunlight on you. I ran across this thing on YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram, and the lady was showing a picture of how happy she was before he came along. And then when he came along, her beauty and everything faded. Her hair started falling out. I was like,
That's
now
how
what
it can
the
affect you.
exactly? I said, that son of a, how do we get to that point? How do we not let it get to that point? Back again, punishment or partnership. Sometimes we have to watch our relationships. And I'll get to that later on down the line. Sometimes it goes with not knowing your worth. All right, so say hi, Misha.
Hi.
Okay. So sometimes, all right, Nisha, if you was in a relationship and you feel yourself changing, how would you think you would handle that?
It depends because sometimes as an individual, it's hard to tell if you're changing for the better or for the worse. It kind of just like I know something's different, but I don't know if this is like a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
So it's definitely takes some reflection and like self reflection. So just kind of thinking, how did I feel before this, and how do I feel now? You can always ask your friends too, especially if you have really good close friends. Just be like, do you see something different about me? When did it change? Like,
Right.
so it's definitely like asking those around you, but also definitely self-reflection.
But then you gotta watch that too, because sometimes when you are changing like that, that
Mhm.
means he's isolating or she's isolating. Don't
Right.
think
Yep.
isolation is just for women,
Mhm.
because it's not. Men are isolated too. Trust me, I know. So, but what I'm saying is, what if we scared to tell our friend? You know,
Mhm.
because
That's
sometimes
true.
our people will see it before we see it.
Yeah.
You don't smile the same.
Mhm.
Or if you're somebody that's constantly on Instagram, you're not, or Facebook, you're not on it no more.
Mhm.
Everything about you is changing.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, with Master and Mercedes in the book, if you read it, it says, uh, love is a glow. Your skin should change. The way you walk, the way you move changes when you're in love. You know, it shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't hurt. If it hurts, it's not good. But that goes with knowing your worth. If you know your worth, then I think that you would not tolerate some of the stuff that's going on in your life. But sometimes I know this should be good, right? It'd be good. You be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, sometimes we stupid, when they curve it, it's like, you want some eggs? You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. But so, you kind of move a little different, but you can't think with that head.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention.
Mhm.
Just like, I always say, knock on wood, that I wouldn't be stupid for nobody. And I went to this Jamaican club a long time ago, and they was getting it. They was dirty wine, and I was like, yes. And I was like, I met this guy named Gregory, and I seen how he moved his hips, and I was like, you gonna exchange phone numbers, and we exchanged numbers, and I was thought about it. I had to, replay think about it, self. So I thought about it, and I was like, he ain't touching me. Because I'm not sitting outside behind no bush watching and waiting for him. You understand what I'm saying? He dirty wine too good. You can't tell me I wasn't going to be crazy. So that's what that means when you need to know the signs. So I felt like I learned the sign, because I was like, no, dude ain't touching me. Some things you just need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wanted a relationship. He just wanted to make me crazy, sitting outside in the summertime with a wool sweater on. That's what he wanted from me. And I was not giving him that. I'm so sorry. It was not going to happen. But it's like, you got to know, you got to pay attention. And that's one thing. Like I said, I never assumed anything in any relationship I was in before my husband. But what am I to you? What are we doing? These are questions that need to be asked. Ask the question. What's your plans with me? Are we just playing around? Because if we just playing around, we'll date somebody else, and we're gonna be cool, and we're gonna go to movies on Tuesday. That's our relationship, because you don't want to get all caught up in somebody, and they don't want the same things as you either. Or you fall for him, but he don't fall for you. So now you're in a situation. What happens when you don't know your worth? You get left with scars. Oh, they're gonna scar you. Believe me when I tell you, they're gonna scar you. I told you about my boyfriend. I ain't gonna say his name now. He ain't getting no light, son. Let me tell you something. When I told you, I said, I thought your girl grabbed his hand. He was like, you ain't my girl. What did he say, self? That's a scar. That's still with me to this day. So, but it also taught me a lesson too. Never just assume that I'm with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have a problem now, because I'm married, but I'm married now. So I don't have that problem now. But anyway, but you don't want them scars, because life will give you some serious scars over somebody who don't give a about you. And you don't want that. You want, something that's beautiful and wonderful, something to wake up to and plan trips, like I said. But also, this person will break parts of you that you never knew existed on you. And we don't want that either. Because so many women, believe it or not, can't get over the person, turn to drugs, alcohol, or just love is an addiction. It's a serious addiction with no cure. You can come back with none. Any type of drug out there, they got treatment for. Believe it or not, it is. But what's your treatment for love, Nisha?
Don't know.
No.
None.
I mean, your prayer game better be on 10.
Yeah.
You better hire some people to pray. But if you know them people prayers go to God spam, don't you dare. Don't you dare get them to pray for you. You get some real prayer warriors, because if not, I'm gonna tell you, love will break you. It will. You just gotta pay attention. You definitely gotta pay attention.
One-sided love.
One-sided love. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Have you ever experienced that, Nisha?
Nope. I hope
Thank
I
you,
don't.
Jesus.
Ooh, amen.
Won't he do it?
Not yet. Not gonna work.
So don't give yourself like a life sentence being dragged every day in a relationship, because you can be in a life sentence with a relationship and this person will drag you all day long, and they will walk around happy, smiling, content, and you sitting somewhere crying, confused, lost. Like, what are we doing? You know, you don't know where you stand. He come over, he gets something, you spend 5 minutes and he gone. We don't want that. You know, we so I don't think people realize your life is a movie. I told this person that a couple weeks ago. I want you to pay attention, because you're in charge. You're the director. You're the director as far as your job. You're the director as far as your kids, where you live, your love. Sit back and watch your movie and see where it's going. How do you want your movie to end? Do you want your movie to end with you stretched out on the floor like Mercedes, hair pulled out? We don't want that. We don't want that. We can't do that, dear. We don't do bald spots. Okay. So, but you can always buy some hair, you know, Janet. But your life is a movie. So I would tell people, just watch and see how your movie is going. Just turn the lights out. Sit down and think about your life and see where it's going. And if you don't like it, rewrite your script. That's all you got to do. The sad thing is that we see it. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
But we want that curve. God damn it, back to that curve. And when you watching this movie, you're gonna say, and that curve is in that movie because you're like, Either you're gonna say this situation is duh, or you're gonna say, this is beautiful. The way he's treating me, we going places, we doing this, we're gonna be one. But if you don't, let me tell you, that movie will not end well. Because he'll end up marrying somebody else. This Pop Tart that he met at 7-Eleven getting some dental floss because he got something stuck in his teeth. We don't want that, right? So we don't want that. So I want you to pay attention to your relationships, to love, and everything about you. And remember what I said, your life is a movie and you control it. You're the director. So hire the right people. Don't marry your lesson. Have a wonderful evening. Get Krave. Master Mercedes is coming soon. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.